Freedom is the heart of living a fulfilling life. Everybody wants to be free, right? But what does freedom mean to you? It's not just doing whatever you want, whenever you want. There are actually some components of being truly free. And I want to talk about this in this video. I'm going to give you 5 points when it comes to my understanding of freedom. And freedom is the most important topic of this channel, actually, building freedom in life. This is the topic of this channel. So in case this is something for you, also consider subscribing. Stick around for more videos to come every week. Anyway, the first freedom I want to talk about it is financial independence or financial freedom. Being financially free doesn't mean you have to be a millionaire. No. You have to be financially secured. And there are two main components of building financial freedom. That is, first, getting rid of your debt if you have a debt, which many people do nowadays. It's very common. Yeah. Borrowing money, buying things, even if you don't have the cash. Very common, normal in our society, but it makes you a slave, not free. So if you want to build financial freedom, then make sure you don't borrow money, you don't go into debt. And if you already have one, which is okay, you start eliminating it step by step. And there are different ways to do it. You know, if you have a big house, you can have a smaller house. If you have a luxurious car, you can change it for a more simple car, you know. There are different ways you can eliminate your debt faster than you think. So consider that. The next very important component when it comes to financial freedom is building passive income streams. And here the key things is building businesses that have the potential to scale. So you don't have to constantly work to produce income. You know, you can scale. And second is making investments. Making investments is also a great way for passive income. I'm not going to go into details about this on this channel. I have quite some videos, quite a lot, about building your business from scratch, about talking about passive income, also about investments. Maybe I should link it here somewhere. Maybe at the end of this video, okay? I will link the video about investments, about basics of making investment. I have a helicopter here. So this is financial freedom. And some people think it's something beyond their possibilities, but actually everybody can build this freedom. Again, it's not, you don't even have to be a millionaire. You just have to live within your means and work on creating wealth step by step. Again, if you want to learn more, make sure you stick around, you know, subscribe and leave me a comment. If you're new, say hello. And if you're not new, also let me know in the comments if you are enjoying this video, if this video is bringing value. The second freedom I want to mention here is mental freedom. Because even if you have a lot of financial resources, if you're not able to make the right decisions, you cannot be free. Yeah. So being able to be mentally independent, making your own decisions, you know, being a free thinker is important. That's why I actually talk quite a lot about being a free thinker. I have a separate video where I go into depth on the points of being a free thinker. If you're curious, I will link this video here so you can check it out after watching this video. So mental independence. The third point I want to mention here is emotional independence. You know, if we are full with fear, anxiety and stress, we are not able to really enjoy life, to be really free, to breathe freely and really like, yeah, build the freedom in life the way we want. It's, if we have emotional jail inside our mind, you know, the money will not bring us happiness. So financial independence will not help us. That's why emotional freedom is also a very essential part. And here everybody should use something to work with this, because especially if you have issues with emotions, like you feel very greedy, always wanting a new shiny object bring into your life, or you are very fearful and angry and always want, you know, to fight against somebody, you know, in a serious way, you know, then you have to deal and to work with your emotions. You have to create a healthy distance towards your, towards you. Everything goes on in your mind, like emotions and thoughts and stuff. You need to work with this, and everybody has his own way, because it also depends on where you are on your journey, because some people will need some therapy, you know. Some people can practice some awareness and, you know, practices or meditation or whatever. There are so many different ways, or just creating silence in their life, you know, putting some minutes during the day where they just maybe drink a coffee and just do nothing but contemplate, and, you know, or, you know, there are different these practices when you think about all the things you can be thankful for and stuff like this, you know. There are many things you can use depending on what fits for you. Anyway, if you have issues with emotions, which a lot of people have, definitely you need to work with your emotions. I would suggest everybody to do it. I do it myself, and here it's like there is no particular method that I can recommend, because everybody is so different, as I already mentioned. So do your own research and find out what works for you. The next freedom, which is so important and very often people like forget about it, is time freedom. The freedom to spend your time the way you want. And many people, even like whatever, millions and millionaires and billionaires, though, people who create a lot of wealth and financial freedom, you know, and they think they're free, basically don't have time for what is important in life. Don't have time for their families, don't have time for making those deep connections with people, yeah? With the family members or just friends. No time for taking care of themselves, their mental well-being, their emotional well-being, their physical well-being. So freedom, time freedom, you can say, is very often neglected by high-value people, so to say. Very often. People just forget how important it is. And creating freedom in life so that you can live the life the way you want is actually the main topic of this channel. And let me know what you think. Like, which of those freedoms are most important for you? Which freedoms do you understand and follow, like try to create this freedom in life? And which you missed and you didn't think about it? Let me know in the comments. In general, maybe you want to add something to this, to what I have already said. And actually there is one more freedom I want to mention in this video, and this is the freedom of expression. But this freedom you cannot create just yourself, you know, it also depends on the society and the regulations and stuff. The ability to freely express like what you think and so on, your values, share your values freely. And this is a very important freedom. And you can say it's a personal freedom, but very often nowadays it's not so easy to practice it in some societies, in some places. So it's good to mention it, because we suppose it's a personal freedom, but it's not given like this. So one kind of has to fight for it as well. One can use social media to share one's values, and this is what I do on this channel. And I'm very happy to have this freedom. And I hope everybody can use, his or her genius to share with the world, to share the experience. And when you look at this social media and internet in general, of course, it's so crazy what people share and how they sometimes express themselves. But then you know who you are dealing with, so so that's okay anyway. And social media is like most common and most popular social media nowadays is YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. So if you want to build your business, if you want to just build your legacy in the way that you share your experience, then you need to use social media. And at the same time, you can also use it to express your values. This gives you some freedoms to talk about what you find important. So I'm just saying that sometimes also we have this idea that social media is something bad because we see so many garbage on social media, but at the same time, social media, if used correctly, gives us the possibility to share important values and important beliefs and views. So if used correctly, social media can be a gift. If you ever decide to build your legacy on social media, check out my free training in the description below. Also, I have a course on it. If you'd like to work with me, then make sure check it out also in the description below. Let me know in the comments what you think about this video. Check out some other videos of mine on this channel, including the video about making investments and the mistakes to avoid while making them. So I will see you in the next video.